The President-elect Donald Trump will become leader of America anon. Many people are saying 2017 is going to be terrible because Donald Jonathan Trump is going to be the first president to be a businessman. Many other people are saying 2017 is going to be great because we have a strong leader leading us through the next few years. Others have, well, no opinion at all. I understand why. The election of 2016 left us with Hillary and Trump. The people who feel strongly about Trump respect his character traits, and there might be some sweet traits somewhere in the mix of Trump's conscience. Time to play Guess Who. I'll tell you a little bit about a person while you try to guess who the person is. This man is known for cutting down a cherry tree, and when asked what happened, he told the truth. He showed integrity. He was also a leader during the Revolutionary War, so he had to have strong leadership. Shortly after the war, he became the first president of the United States of America. This determined man is President George Washington. President Washington was known for all of these reasons. Since George became president right after we broke away from Great Britain, he had to create our economy. George Washington played a big role in our lives. If we didn't have Washington, we wouldn't be here today. Thank you, George Washington. Abraham Lincoln was the 16th Premier of the United States, and while being the 16th President, he had to fight through a well-known war, the Civil War. Abraham Lincoln had to compromise all the way through the Civil War, and once he reached the end, he was miserably assassinated. Lincoln was determined to finish that war without America destroyed in two pieces, so he persevered through all of those slow, harsh, cruel battles. He made sure his side wouldn't fail. If you make sure you persevere, you have diligence, and you have faith, I assure you, you will win the war, inside or out. Theodore became president instantly because of an emergency. President William McKinley was assassinated, so Vice President Theodore Roosevelt had to take over the office. Theodore was also the commander of the cavalry. He named the cavalry Rough Riders. His strong leadership was recognized once he started leading the cavalry. His strong leadership was recognized when he led through the cavalry because he showed them what a true soldier was like. Theodore wanted to improve the lives of citizens with the government. So Roosevelt created his Square Deal program. It was designed to create more balance between the needs of working class and goals of business. Roosevelt used his position to improve working conditions and also make sure workers were paid a fair wage. No one wants a job if they aren't going to get paid fairly. In this way, I guess you could say he was a very successful president. Franklin D. Roosevelt, fifth cousin of Theodore Roosevelt, began his presidency on March 4th, 1933. He was a part of the executive branch during some of the hardest times in America. He was president during the Great Depression. While struggling through the Great Depression, he also had to wrestle through a disease called polio. He was infected in the leg, so he had to sit in a wheelchair most of the time. But back on topic. FDR created a program known as the New Deal. He believed it would help citizens during the Great Depressions to find jobs and pay their mortgages and rent due to a lower tax rate. It lasted until America's entry into the Second World War in 1942. Yes, Franklin also read during World War, and during those years he showed a charisma to America. He was a strong leader during the hard times in America. And everybody should know Franklin D. Roosevelt was a sensational president. John F. Kennedy was the 35th premier, and he was known as the youngest president. But just because he was young doesn't mean he wasn't responsible with character. While Kennedy was president, our economy was failing. So he persevered all the way to the end. While he was doing that, he showed strong leadership and veered the country out of those cruel times. Before he became president, John Fitzgerald Kennedy fought in World War II. He was in the Navy, and his ship was shot and destroyed by an enemy ship. Yet, Kennedy had enough diligence that, while being injured, he just so happened to save the rest of the injured men. He showed charisma during those moments. He showed the other men what a true soldier is. John was a great man who had great character and was sadly assassinated in November of 1963. Every man dies, even some of the greatest. We never had a perfect president. That'd be impossible. We all know that you can't make everyone happy. Anyways, our country isn't the same now that we have more technology. Our lives can never be worse. And just think, if we had one of these 6 presidents back during this time in our economy, it could be good or bad. It depends on how you see things. Just think about it. Ronald Reagan, the great communicator, Kennedy, Abe, and George Washington. Now, in my eyes, that's a perfect president. He would have great leadership, charisma, integrity, diligence, determination, and Ron Burgundy would also persevere. Many people might say nah, but it's the thought that counts. Thanks for watching.